Mr. Lynch, lives or will be live forever. Good morning, Mr. Simply, or 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 simply, David. Saturday, we're not Lynch. It's November 29, so reading penultimate day, not only penultimate day of this November 2025, but also last Saturday, so November 2025, it's in fact Saturday in Naples. We are, after many days, practically 9 days, yes, 10 days, more or less 10 days with probably bad atmosphere, except from last Sunday. Now, today it seems at the moment that is totally clear. Yes, sky atmosphere in general. It also seems that still now it's 14 and 7 minutes. 57 to Fahrenheit 14 Celsius, and this means that they really soft like this music for soft schedule to use for the autumn to spring periods. The person 4 years ago, as we can see, in fact, Jonathan 4 years on last June 17, and also fact we really passed 4 years with the words as regarding the summer, as perhaps one of the past summer, I think, Bori, and also fact a few many weeks ago we entered new to now, fact also for new to there are 4 years with the reports, but obviously not for 2 seasons, winter and spring, with net case as 3 years in practically less than a month will enter in the winter, and so 2022 and 23 days will enter in the winter, so also for the 23 and 24 days we enter in the winter, and also for the winter will be 4 years with the birds, as perhaps someone non remember think of body with body which I suppose he did. I'm sure, try to see the amazing sometimes my proposal, in fact, I wish to join the spectrum perhaps for me, and I didn't use the collaboration also for the winter, spring, and summer. For the winter, so it's cool for the spring, one thing, edge soft for summer, edge 8, so that's general for all the seasons, all the periods. Classic edge as regarding the degrees at this for me, was nothing to see if you weather. As regarding the degrees at least for me, was the thing we say if you weather absolutely incomplete, but surely for this period, considering 2 reasons. First one, since the passage from the summer to the autumn, the second one, most important, consists in last definitive change of temperature of degrees up to which now the area completely changed and it's completely pleasant. If not pleasant, surely really good, and with the area meaning same temperature of degrees, so the sum of all these things makes the condition situation. Repeat, if not completely pleasant, surely really good, at least for me. Yes, because I don't feel cold like other people, but when I come in the winter, I explain better the sitting. In fact, I really explained this thing for the past winter, for the past weather reports in past years, and so also when I come this other winter, I can explain better once again sitting. Yes, because I don't know for other people, if I'm late, I think or not, because I feel cold for another type of yes or no, this depends on them, or whether in general for me, was good. Insieme, quanto ha scatto questa stranger, we see for sure, as amazing as it's just for Jesus, it's really beautiful. At least this is can be some things on this. In Gary after, I think at temperature 20 days, I repeat as just before, 57 to Fahrenheit 14 Celsius. But the important thing is atmosphere is anticipated. So today we are those beautiful. Mesela ben ilk video because ben bana siz I'll say the 3 things on il chiamato Susanna so shy, and the first thing is that yes, now I'll sing back for the sim extracted from the song Better Refrain from the Napolitan classical song Sole Mio, my son, because this thing became a bit of a man during the last or past summer, perhaps someone non follow the mia body. So, ma tu sola, più bello è, solo mia, sta in fronte a te, solo mia, sta in fronte a te, dice che sta in fronte a me, sta in fronte a te. Yes. In fact, those guys are going to show us in and the second thing is the fact that this Shannet came out surely will be not a beautiful, that's sublime Shannet in a sense. And the third thing is that in a case, as perhaps someone has repeated, in this case, it's impossible beautiful in a case not to kiss it, to kiss it, Shannet, to kiss it. Or yes, when until now, but considering the period, change of hours of practically a month ago, last Saturday of October, an hour before, effect were really behind noon. From now, we had them for other, sun sky for other 2 hours practically, and 30 minutes, no, 20 minutes, 20-25 minutes maximum. It's more or less in comparison to the Memphis, a completely fresh rule. Well, so, from the window, new curtain. No, with the new white curtain. Since with the green flowers and long flowers mixed between the plants, this is a new curtain since last November 1. So this is the birthday of the previous curtain, a beautiful grey with beautiful presentation, after rip and sitting, the passage to this new curtain, change with the previous, etc. Consider rip lead one of my comments, should be the fourth, or perhaps the point 2 or 3 in the first comment under the comment sections of the video. In the comments section under the video. So I don't know if you can see it really well from the shot. Yes, from this shot, yeah, I think of yes. A green flowers, long mix between the plants, or even better, surely better when this other shot is basically the first part of the video, which I showed you the weather sky atmosphere from the window. Also from this other practice is a similar shot to the classical shot I filmed more than 3 years ago for the grey curtain. And perhaps also for the first curtain, colored curtain. Other things is still in the cover image of the channel. One time I should change it, surely I'll do it this thing. I don't know this, I don't remember exactly, but surely for the grey curtain I use this shot, I filmed this shot, and so this shot is also connected or related to this fact, both one reason that I clearly shoot and also one reason, but more one reason because I have fixed measure. Now let's read a little speech of sentence. This is practically here, in fact, reduced also for the grey curtain, perhaps also in this case I reduced for the color of the curtain, but this isn't remember also in this case, surely for the grey curtain. Now I see this little speech of sentence that I use, I repeat also for the new curtain, and this is but also and always better visible for me its entirety in this shot at 0 seconds. Regarding conosciute, today not visible, also in case I simulate special sentence for the curtain because it's valid also for the this green shooter. And so I repeat once again, it is, but also and always better visible for me, its entirety, in this shot, at this point I just. And finally, Roman medical cure and Jax, 140, PG, 635 also, the case imagination shot. va, get to the people, lo c'hanno di parte e di che ora. Sono buone le sister. Non sono mai selfa. Cazzo, beschetto. E finally, io una diretta breakfast. Wait in genere, ridi in genere, per me la si fa come se ridi, ma tipo l'importante è che io sono Drago Ragazzi, sembra che ti questo stare in fa come breakfast, finiterne si ambiente, sarto vita, finiterne partimenti, ti fosse di essere, finché Drago di seguo, sembra una tri, su Sergio. La tua ripete, close si carriera, la tua di close si carriera, le tue sono arse, e è just roll, obviously, sto in code 14 and 7 minutes. Bata, imperatinga di sciolzi, sembra si attenza, ma io su dei portami su, bianchi. Da, sono io, ma su sì. E che fa, si sono la mossa, il single food. Absolutely. Allora insieme, non si fa. Guarda, mosso qua nies, ho solo sto conto, si tinca la factorato in Friday, but si scioglie bidi tamani bio, e preso su it one time, so non io da ciò per 3 su, resi detto prima c'è stato si sing, fra saremo shots, quindi es obviously si inizia giochi più guarda il chiamato mosso nia, ma attenzione questo new, vabbè, new shots in fact, adesso forse fammi stata biscuit, ma favorite, ma mi piace il combo su idea, dra, ma non piace il combo su di biscuit in CS, che fanno un bel fatto penso che sta chocolate chip cookies or da cookies di chips chocolate chips and fatemi mistake questo fatto di discorso mi lince and Matti in particolare la tua lingua sarebbe si vede non è che si fa sto battere mica fa 4 su shot non è che si trova ma tu sei sempre chocolate fa così tanto fra una shot fa che metti video fra una shot e non è finito senza che io monza ma sto niente io so se che lo so sto punto dice so se che si scioglie bitame di piglia se no andiamo a mettere su che uso money si finisce. Now there is one thing we brought it to one thing I think 108, 109, 110 days. Yes, lo stesso che lo sto punto, lo stesso che si sciubitava di più, adesso non diventa per 3 su. And so since that moment I pattern certainly once again the milk, so very good news. Quindi se questo è tecnico di breakfast, questo momento è più particolare me, e in funzione che se la spirito gioco di parlato che matto mascolino su of course I'm referring to the first time so that period. E in pensiamo in Wilson che si tolla Nicolas breakfast, questo è mega mamma. E se consiglio si fa sia sfacca nei ferrari sia strada con da ragazzi, finita la seconda position. Cosa? Cosa? Attraverso questa position famiglia nel pam. Ragazzi, fa questa truia come della medio. Because they are really super bar. Anzi, tomorrow si può fare time, perché non ti tomorrow tutto il leppe. Ma guarda, sì. I repeat, and if it's not visible now, I say two last things for later. And the chiamato Sun is a shan, better repeat two things, fact, surely. It will be a surprise shan, in a sense, and fact, a beautiful direct crisis, it's possible to visit, session, so visit once again.